So with the 35th anniversary of Kirby quickly approaching, there's definitely a lot of thoughts and talks about what's going to be happening with Kirby from now on. Because we know that the development cycle of development times for Nintendo games have gone up pretty dramatically when you really think about it. But will this be affecting Kirby or will this be something completely different? So what's going on, everyone? How's your day going? Let's get straight into the video. So now, of course, the big question that we all have on our minds is what is next for Kirby? Well, conveniently, if you take a look at the games list for the Nintendo Switch, you can see the release dates and everything associated to it. Well, first off, starting in 2018, we had Kirby Star Allies. Then moving over, we had Kirby Super Clash. Then moving over, we also had Kirby Fighters 2. And then moving over, 2022, we finally got a mainline game. So it's essentially a 4-year difference between those games. Then, moving over again, still in 2022, however, we got Kirby's Dream Buffet. Then again in 2023, we got our first remaster of the Nintendo Switch, which was Kirby Return to Dreamland, which was a fantastic remaster. Then, we didn't get anything in 2024, but we did get 2 things in 2025, which was Kirby and the Forgotten Land Starcross World and also Kirby Air Riders. Now, what exactly does this all mean? Well, if you were looking at the record of pretty much mainline Kirby games, it's in between about 4 to maybe 6 years. We know that Nintendo's development times have gone up pretty dramatically, so this could definitely change the outcome of the next Kirby game. But honestly, I think that we are going to be getting a brand new Kirby game pretty soon. It's probably not going to be this year, but definitely could be. The 35th anniversary of Kirby could definitely be when HAL Laboratories decides, you know what, we're going to celebrate by releasing something big. Because if you looked at the leaks and rumors recently about what Nate the Hate has been saying, this has been pretty much a wild talk across the internet. Ooh, for the 40th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda series, we're going to be getting the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Honestly, hope that happens, but that would show for a fantastic 40th anniversary. Will Kirby get the same treatment? Definitely is very, very possible, but we can know for sure that we are going to be getting something for Kirby, something fantastic in either 2026 or 2027. Let's just say that Nintendo takes a skip year because we've seen it in the past. Nintendo will do just a straight up skip year, nothing for Kirby that year, and then next year after that, it could be like 1 to 2 games. So maybe they're doing that in 2026 and they're going to do something big in 2027. This could be the next Kirby game because technically, when you look at it, Kirby and the Forgotten Land Starcross World was pretty much just like an appetizer to get everyone ready for the next Kirby game. Technically, this could have took development time away from actual game, but maybe it hasn't. Maybe it was just like a sneak peek reveal and they got a completely separate team to actually deliver on the news of the next Kirby game. Because honestly, we know so far that the next Kirby game is most likely going to be something very, very similar to Forgotten Land. Because how great that game has actually sold. Like, it's honestly kind of crazy. You can really think to Kirby and the Forgotten Land to be in the top 10 best Nintendo Switch games of all time. And it honestly is crazy because there's a lot of fantastic Nintendo Switch games. You got Zelda, you got Luigi's Mansion, you got Mario Kart, you got like a whole bunch of games. And seeing that in the top 10 is pretty crazy. So most likely what's going to be happening is Kirby is going to be getting something close to Forgotten Land, which is honestly really, really awesome. And it's honestly really, really awesome, but will we be seeing this in 2027? Definitely a possibility. 35th anniversary, usually every single anniversary for like the big major Nintendo titles, we do tend to get a big game, which it could be like the next mainline game, or it could be like a remaster or a remake of older games, because there's been one remaster or remake that has been getting a lot of talks recently for some reason, and that is the Kirby Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot getting some sort of like remaster together, or it could be like a separate remaster, but like honestly, the point being clear that these two things would make the 35th anniversary of Kirby really, really special. And then let's say that Nintendo does do another, let's just say Kirby Fighters 3, or whatever the case may be. That definitely could happen. But usually when you think about an anniversary, it has to have a game that really holds deep meaning on the Kirby franchise. Maybe they're going to be doing a remaster of Kirby Crystal Shards, because that's a funny game right there. Or they're going to be doing a remaster on a different Kirby game. I'm hoping to see Kirby Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot, but like maybe it's going to be something completely different. And don't get me started on the whole situation with like Super Smash Bros. I'm just saying it's probably not going to be happening, but overall, it's something that's really, really interesting, and you can honestly look at this and just say, well, maybe this is just a coincidence, but it's probably not a coincidence, because games do take a long time to develop, and in 2027 might be marked the 50 or 5 years between Kirby games, so that potentially could be the release date for the next Kirby game. We would maybe get an announcement we'd probably get an announcement for the next Kirby game maybe in September or October, depending if the Nintendo Direct is actually going to happen. Hopefully April, maybe June, but depending on when that's going to happen, the Kirby game would probably be revealed the next Nintendo Direct, after the one that's supposedly coming. But anyways, I find this to be really interesting. So if we look at this right here, Connor made a pretty perfect post, when I have to say so myself. So you take a look at this and you see pretty much a great 35th anniversary. So in 2027, we could potentially see Kirby Planet Robobot plus the Triple Deluxe. We could also see potentially like sequel to Forgotten Land. That would honestly make a lot of sense in my opinion, because a sequel to that game, like I've said previously, I think that they're probably going to do that on how great that sold. Or it could be an open world Kirby game, because that right there also makes sense. Seeing as every single Nintendo game has to go open world at some point. It's gonna happen. Every single Nintendo IP is gonna go open world. Depending if they stay open world or don't go open world, it's completely determined on the game itself, but they're gonna go open world at some point. So potentially the next Kirby game could lean into that theory or that story idea of that. But overall, I find this very, very awesome, and thank you so much, Connor, for this amazing post, or should we say comment? Probably comment. Anyways, thank you. So overall, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that the next Kirby game is going to be a sequel to Forgotten Land, a different game, some sort of 2D game, like it could be Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot, getting your double pack? That would make sense. Could it be something from like the TV show making a return, because Nintendo is going back on the whole formula of bringing all their Nintendo IPs into like sort of show format? It seems like we're getting a Luigi's Mansion movie, so maybe Kirby, the original TV show, is going to come back, but in a different way. Could happen. Maybe it's not going to happen. That could be considered the surprise for the 35th anniversary. Maybe it could happen because like our surprise for the 40th anniversary of Mario was the Mario Galaxy movie. So it pretty much went over everything from the past of Mario, and this could go over everything of Kirby. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope that you enjoyed. Consider to hit the like button. Maybe subscribing if you are new. Let me know what you would like in the comments section down below. Anyways, see ya.